So the NFL draft is done and gone, and of course the draft grades are out there, and also rankings are out there. So our guy, Ryan Wilson over at CBS Sports, did up a ranking of every single draft class this year, and the Vikings somehow, someway ended up 28th. So with these graphics, I don't like when they go in the rows. Like, it should be columns. Like, I understand, like, we read left to right and then top to bottom, but it's just weird. Do columns, not rows. But the Vikings are 28th, so 5th from the bottom. The only teams that they're better than, the Seahawks, which is quite surprising since they landed Witherspoon and Smith and Jigba, as well as the Patriots, the Texans, who got Stroud and Will Anderson, and then the Cowboys. So this is a whole lot of, well, that's just like your opinion, man, situation. So let's dive on in. So 32 Cowboys, whatever. 31 Texans. All right, so blah, 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 blah. So why is it so low on the Texans? Is it because they overpaid for the Anderson pick? But if you think of the Anderson trade comp for instead for Stroud, I mean, then it makes sense. I don't know. Anyways, the Patriots, Seahawks. Again, this is surprising. I mean, Witherspoon, cornerback 1. JSN, a lot of people saw him as wide receiver 1, although Jordan Addison is now wide receiver 1. Charbonnet is a stud. He's going to complement Walker well. Bradford, I like. Cameron Young, I like. Uwatimi in the 5th round is huge value. So I don't get it. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, sure, whatever. All right, anyways, what really matters, 28 Vikings. So the Vikings, Addison, Blackman, Jay Ward, Jaquelin Roy, Jaron Hall, and Dwayne McBride. Favorite pick. Jordan Addison went right where we thought he should go off the board, and we love the idea of defenses having to figure out how to stop him and Justin Jefferson and TJ and KJ and maybe Dalvin. Best value. We were higher on Roy than the league, obviously, but we think he's a day 2 value who can be an immediate contributor in the middle of that defense. Love to hear that. Jaquelin probably going to come in and get some reps at 5-tech, maybe some pass rushing nose tackle. I've said this a bunch. I do think that Jaquelin Roy's largest impact is going to be in the A-gaps, but we'll see. Most surprising pick, we had a late day 3 grade on Mekhi Blackman. Aha. The Colorado transfer who ran well during the pre-draft process, but didn't always play that fast on tape. His slight frame and lack of physicality will also need to be addressed. But, you know, we went over in an earlier video today why we're very bullish on Mekhi Blackman. Even though he's slight in stature and slight in frame, he's an absolute alpha, got after it, battle-tested at USC, graded highly, impressed man, graded highly in zone, and had a very low quarterback rating when thrown at. So I think that he is a guy that, you know, the Viking scouting staff and Kwesi and Brian Flores says, like, hey, that's the guy. Yes, there's a bunch of other corners on there, but he's our guy. So overall, it seems like they like the Vikings class, except Blackman, they really ding things up, and then they dropped him to 28. So overall, that's just like your opinion, man. Got him. Anyways, all right, so let's see where the greasy grime of Green Bay Packers ended up. We're just picking and grinning through here. Jets, 24, sure. Commies, yes. Cardinals. I actually thought the Cardinals had a really good draft. Getting Paris Johnson, trading down, getting some draft capital, getting a future first rounder, which I think it's clear that they're going to tank. I think that this team is going to be biblically bad, even with Nuke Hopkins back. I think they're going to give up on Kyler after this year, and I think they're going to go after Caleb Williams or Drake May or whoever. All right, so Lions check in at 21. So yes, surprising, running back at 12, off-ball linebacker who doesn't rush the passer at 18, even though I do like Campbell. Tight end in the second round at number 3 in the second round, where I do like Laporta. I do like Laporta a lot. Then Brian Branch, of course, is our guy, Hendon Hooker, etc. Broderick Martin I like as a nose tackle. So I know them at 21. Yeah, sure. Bengals 20, the Ravens, the Bills. How are the Packers going to be this high? Bucks, Tennessee Titans. Titans are, well, I think the Titans are low because Pete Prisco of CBS famously said that Will Levis is the best quarterback in this draft and should be number 1. How'd that work out? Yeah. Falcons, Bears, not Bears. So Darnell Wright's a good player. Bit of a reach at 10, but drafting for need keeps you drafting for need. I actually kind of like that they doubled down on day 2 on size in the trenches with Dexter and Pickens. I think both of them will get onto the field early. Tyreek Stevenson is a tough physical corner outside in from Miami. I think him and Jalen Johnson, if his shoulders hold up, as well as Kyler Gordon, is a nice trio of cornerbacks. Sean Johnson is probably going to be their starting running back at some point. Tyler Scott, nice speed on the outside. Noah Sewell is tough, a little bit slow-footed, but Terrell Smith, I think, is underrated coming in from the Gophers as well. Chargers at 13. How high are the Packers going to be? The Dolphins with like their 2 picks. Great. Jaguars at 11. Oh my God. The fix is in. The Rams, all right, yeah, whatever. The Rams, cool. Stetson Bennett, fantastic. The Eagles at 9. The Eagles only at 9. Wow. Wait, so you're telling me that the Packers had a better draft than the Eagles? Is that what you're telling me? All right. The Raiders, the Browns. The Browns had a good draft, even though they didn't even select until 3rd round. Cedric Tillman, I like a lot. Siaka Ika. They took a dart throw on DeJuan Jones, who wants to play in the NBA. The association instead. He'll be like a Robert Traylor type player because he's like 6'8" and 370. Rest in peace, Robert Traylor. Broncos, sure. Wait, huh? Why are the Broncos grade so high? They didn't have a first round pick, but Mims Sanders, Riley Moss. Okay. So the Packers come in at 5, which. So Van Ness, sure, at 13. They could have had JSN. Sure. They get Musgrave in the 2nd round. I think that's good value. Jaden Reed, I like him a lot. 2nd round, maybe early. Sure. They double up on tight ends. Tucker Kraft. They're really doubling, tripling down, just replacing Indiana State Larry Bird now. Wooden, they really reached on Sean Clifford. Frankly, they should have gone Jaron Hall, but I ain't mad at him. Devontae Wicks is there. Carl Brooks is my guy, so getting him in the 6th round is huge value. Anders Carlson, now they're just trolling the whole Daniel Carlson thing, because remember, it was against the Packers in that tie game where Daniel Carlson got cut. So why is he saying that they're so... All right, favorite pick is Tucker Kraft. Value is Carl Brooks. And most surprising pick was obviously Clifford. But how does this translate to 5? Like... I ain't even mad that it's above the Vikings because a lot of people are looking sideways at the Vikings draft class. How is this better than the Eagles? I want to know. Honestly, how is the Packers draft better than Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith? Also getting Sidney Brown. Sidney Brown is a bad dude. Moro Joma in the 7th round. Woo. Kylie in the 4th round. Come on, man. All right, so Packers at 5 for some reason. Niners at 4, even though they didn't draft until the 3rd round, and they took a safety, a kicker, and a tight end, just really hammering on that positional value. Giants, Deontay Banks, JMS, Jalen Hyatt. That's a really nice win play show for 1, 2, 3. Colts, yes. Sticking and picking, taking Richardson, and then getting Brents and Downs in the 2nd and 3rd respectively. That's great. Adewale fell to the 4th is fantastic. Darius Rush, I mean, Ballard's just loading up on the physical freaks. Evan Hull, the pride of the Twin Cities, is great too. Jaylon Jones, man. Jake Witt, again, speaking of physical freaks, I kind of like that. And then the Steelers at 1. I mean, I like the Steelers class a lot. I don't think I'll put them at 1. I think Jones was a clear reach. Porter was fantastic value in the top of the 2nd round. I mean, I would swap Joey Porter Jr. for Chase Claypool, which is essentially what they did. I do like that they stacked up Benton and Herbig from the stupid Badgers. I think that would be really nice. Darnell Washington, I mean, was it medicals? I forget, but he fell pretty far. But getting him is pretty big value. Corey Trice, it was medicals that made him fall. But I really like him, potentially even moving to safety. So yeah, I mean, I like the Steelers draft a lot. I don't even think I would put them 1. Like, honestly, all right, so he put the Steelers 1. He put the Seahawks 29. I actually like the Seahawks draft a little bit better. But again, that's the beauty of the NFL draft. It is so subjective because it's in perfect science. But the Vikings at 28, no. Your thoughts are thoughts. CBS Sports' Ryan Wilson ranks the Vikings 2023 draft class as 28th in the NFL. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts and his thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.